back to So This is Thailand, and we're here on Expert Advice. Today we're pleased to welcome an image consulting guru, and in the modern day context we're taught to believe that image is very important, from skinny models on glossy magazine covers and everything. So on this,
well, they do say that people make their initial impression based on how you look. Obviously we're always taught that it's not what it should be doing, but it really does matter. I mean,
first impressions last.
First impressions last, and perception is reality.
Really?
Kind of. Well, we'll find out today, won't we?
I think. Okay. Right. Well, we are pleased to welcome Miss Elisa Lohit-Navy, Managing Director of Image Matters Asia. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So I guess the most important question is, how important is image really?
Very important. Very important because you're judged by it. It's the first thing people see when you walk into the door, and automatically people judge you, and automatically you judge them. Yeah, and so it's very important.
Well, looking at, when we're talking about image, we're not just talking about how you're dressing. Did you brush your hair today? What exactly encompasses
everything? Everything. It's clothes, it's hair, it's makeup, it's everything. It's before you get to talk to the person.
Even body posture?
Everything you see. Yes, body posture, everything you see. If you were to describe, let's say if somebody walks in and walks out, and if you were to describe that person to your friend, how would you describe the person? What do you remember? And it lasts 15 years.
15 years. 15 years. So that initial impression really is, it's either do it right or
not.
Or not.
Right. Yeah. How do you apply this in a business context as opposed to a everyday?
In business, everybody has to learn how to impress, because it's very important. Starting from you've just graduated, you're looking to get a job. When you go for a job interview, it's very important to to dress right. Your hair is right and everything, and you look right for the job you're applying for. So image plays a very big role. And they say you don't have a second chance to make a first impression, which is so true. So yeah, it plays a very big role. And let's say if you're hired, I mean, there are very few roles where you don't have to meet with clients. So you always have need to sort of look good.
Well, when you're looking, especially for all the expats who are here in Thailand, let's say they just moved here, they're thinking, well, it's a much hotter climate. Maybe I don't have to wear a tie, or I see other people not wearing a jacket. What is your advice? I mean, when you go into a situation not knowing what the dress protocol is, how do you play it safe?
Well, they say it's always better to be overdressed than underdressed. Because if you're overdressed, you take a jacket along or a suit along, you can always remove it. But if you don't have that, you have nothing. Nothing you can do. Yeah, it's like turning up at a party where they say smart casual, and most people would go for casual. Then you turn up and 60% of the people are smart. What do you do? So you always turn up smart casual, and if you see a lot of people wearing jeans looking casual, you remove your jackets. That way you blend in.
Easy.
Easy.
That's actually very, very good advice. Are there any other things that you would suggest?
Well, actually, when I first went and did my image consulting course, I was surprised to learn that the most important thing for everyone is to learn what season you are. In the West, they divide people into spring, summer, autumn, winter. And let's say, for example, the two of you would be two different seasons. So you'd have a batch of colors that would be suitable for you, and you have a batch of colors that would be suitable for you, which means you can't wear his color, you can't wear her lipstick color. You know what I mean? Yeah. There are times when you really like somebody's lipstick and you go out to buy that same color. On you, it doesn't look as good as it does on that other person. Same goes as shirts or ties or jackets.
Right, so when women say it's not your color, that's what it means?
It's not your color.
And that really matters?
That really matters. Color is the first thing people see.
I know traditionally, as you mentioned, like in the West, people always look at it, if you're going to go into a job interview, if you have a red tie, it's like a power tie. If you're wearing blue, it's more of you're in control, but you're not so hot or whatever.
I don't think any image consultant would recommend you to wear a red tie for a job interview, because it's inappropriate, unless you're going for a job interview with an advertising agency where you should be a little bit more crazy and and creative. Then it's fine. Yep.
What are some of the things concerning image that, say, foreigners struggle with in Thailand, or maybe Thai people struggle with when trying to impress a foreigner?
Here, let's talk about Thailand first. Thailand or Asia, I'd say, because I just came back from this prestige magazine ball in Singapore, and you can see Singaporeans are very sophisticated. you know, I mean, when they go out to parties, they respect the dress code and they really make the effort. Here in Thailand, everywhere in Asia, I'd say we're in this image conscious society. People tend to overdress. Yeah, and you judge people for looking overdressed. When they look like that, when you deal with someone, basically you look at a person and you want to see if the person's successful. So if a foreigner comes into town, that's what they want to see. Yeah, they want to deal with someone who looks, you know, successful. Yeah, they don't want to deal with a backpacker. You know what I mean? Especially if that person's going to be their boss. Yeah, but you know, I mean, I did my course in London, and I must say, you know, people say London is the capital of fashion, blah blah, and it's only London. Because if you go out to Brighton and all that, it's different. But then again, where are you based?
So
who are you out to impress?
So you really need to know where you are in the region, who you're going to be working with, what level
what the
of
culture
clientele
is like. Yes, exactly.
It's a lot of different variables.
Yes.
In looking again at you know, you mentioned in the beginning, it's how you look, the whole package.
Yeah.
You could go in looking very smart, very you know, chic, but be slunched over. So what are some of the physical attributes that you have to be conscious about?
Okay, well, after I did my image consulting course, I did a body language course where I had to do it for 6 months and had to go back to the UK and co-train with my trainer for about 6 times. And basically, it's very important. You don't just teach someone to look good, meaning, you know, hair, makeup, clothes, but then they slouch or they don't have a good personality, because that tells a lot about them. And one thing I learned when I went to do this help co-train in the UK is that a lot of people who go for job interview actually are not hired because of the non-verbal, not because of, you know, not being able to communicate. They can do that quite well. It's actually what they don't know that they're giving out, or the signals they're giving out, that body language.
For example, it's something that I'm just noticing that we're doing now. You know, Westerners, we most of the time, to maintain eye contact, to stare at someone, it's uncomfortable. So, you know, we don't look at the eyes all the time. Is that the same thing here in Asia, or?
I think it's the same thing everywhere. You know, you don't just stare at someone when you're talking to the person. There's got to be times where you break eye contact. It's a matter of how you do it and when you do it. Actually, when we teach, we always talk about this, because students always ask how long they should maintain eye contact, and that really is how well you know the person.
I also noticed that foreigners sometimes like to get a little bit too close or too in your face.
Actually, yes and no, because I find Thais to have less personal space. I think foreigners have more personal space, but it depends where from. Let's say if they're from New Zealand, they have very big personal space because there's a lot of space and people, you know, don't deal with each other up close. Hong Kong Chinese, I always tell this joke when I used to live in Hong Kong. Every time I go to an ATM machine, the person behind me, his chin is almost on my shoulder. They don't understand the concept of personal space. So I'd say it depends. It depends how you're raised, actually. A lot of it is to do with that.
I guess talking about culture, how about the why in the modern day context?
I think people still do it a lot. Younger generations don't do it as much. I think it's important for some culture and it's not important for certain cultures. It depends,
Maybe one last question while we can sneak this in. Another thing, which is another Thaiism you might say, is looking at not just, you might say, social status or within professional status, but in age as well. I know that we have seniors and juniors. Even when you might both be in their, you know, retirement age, but there's still that respect.
Yes.
Is this something that foreigners also need to be aware of, or when you're at that business professional level, it's not really an issue?
Yes and no, but I always, when I teach when I do corporate training, I always say, you know, if you want to deal with foreigners, you should deal with them as foreigners. And so you got to cut that out. For example, some people always ask, should they shake a foreigner's hand or should they why? If they're a foreigner, why would you why them? Shake their hands, period. Yeah, so deal with them, you know, like they're foreigners. Unless they want to, they've been around a long time, they want to be treated like Thais, then that's fine,
Well, thank you very much, Kunalisa, for joining us today. Do stay tuned on So This Is Thailand. We'll be right back.
And today we're going to experience art and culture in Nakhon Phanom. It's quite busy here because I mean we are in the middle of the festival. Next to me is Ajahn Thanung Sakjai Sabai from Ratchapat University.
สวัสดีครับ
Now we are standing at Renu Nakhon. What is Renu Nakhon?
Renu Nakhon district, how far from พระธาตุพนมพระโกดา 50 kilometers.
And it's a district
Yeah,
with the old traditional
yeah, all the traditional.
and culture and
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
So behind us, what is that?
พระธาตุเรนูพระโกดาพระธาตุเรนูพระโกดา is built by Venerable in Pumiyo about 80 years ago.
Oh. That was very nice, thank you. So what is your name?
My name is Nongnut.
Yeah, and you? And you?
My name is Panan.
So what is the name of the dancing?
Laputai dancing.
Oh, that's
Okay.
very nice. Can you teach me a little bit how to do this?
Yes.
And you teach him? Oh, yeah. I see. So when they dance this,
Yeah.
so what does it mean?
They dance Puthai dance because they dance funny ceremonies and unities of Puthai peoples.
They are from the mountainous area.
Yes.
Their costume is very, very nice. May I take a look? This one.
It's Renu style.
Yes.
When she Puthai dance, she has dress Renu style.
In this
right here.
color?
Yeah.
With the cotton. Cotton, right?
Cotton, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is, I can see that this is their style.
Yes. Puthai
Puthai style.
style.
After we taste some drinks and after we watch some performance, so now we are in the market. This is market full of cloth and cotton.
Yeah. This is the famous cotton here, Renu Nakhon district.
This is a simple one made from cotton and
Yeah,
Renu
Renu
Nakhon is the name. So tell us a story about cotton.
The cotton is a very long time for Thai of Puthai people here. They make cotton by hands.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why, I mean, this market is full of cottons and the products from cottons. This is a simple one, but you can see other kinds and other styles and
Yeah.
designs. You can see I'm helping the group of women in Renu Nakhon to do the weaving. No, actually, to prepare the thread before they do the weaving. I don't know how to weave. So this area, how many women they are doing in this area?
15 people in
Just
here.
only one group, but in Renu Nakhon there are many groups.
Yeah.
So what are they weaving?
They are weaving cotton. This village produce cotton in traditional way.
And they have got 4 stars OTOP
Yeah.
too, and this is their main income.
Yeah.
So you can see in Renu Nakhon there are many things that you can experience. So thank you very much for bringing us here today.